Okay, so I like to remind us all what day we're on. We're on day 49 of 60, so that's fun. We've been doing our different little challenges along the way, and our first challenge that we started with was our streaking, right? The 1 mile minimum walk, bike, hike, run. And so if you've been doing that from close to the beginning, you are at day 104. So anyways, congratulations. That's quite a lot of days. Let's just go ahead and hinge over the body for a second. Just let your upper body hang forward. You may need to bend one knee and then the other, grab through that core. For today, we're going Tabattas, which is 8 rounds of 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. And I am just going to use, we only have a couple rounds that will be weighted, and I just have a mid-set, kind of a lower, I'm using 12, so kind of like the lower side of heavy and the higher side of light. And then, of course, adjust along the way. So let's go ahead, inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Deep, 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 deep inhale, and then exhale, slide back over the body. And then this week, our focus is, our challenge is on stress relief. Inhale, bring it up. So a lot of times we can't take stress out of our lives, but we can do things to try to help support ourselves and our central nervous system throughout. So trying to take a few extra breaths throughout the day, stopping, smelling the flowers, feeling the breeze on your skin, whatever it is. Try to find those little spots of time to give you a little bit more stress relief in your life. Open your feet up. Let's drop down into our low squat, and hopefully that'll facilitate some stress relief, especially right now while we are trying to keep our immune systems up. Watching our levels of stress is very, very productive for prevention of sickness, or when we get sick, fighting it off quickly. Just hinge side to side, keep those deep breaths going, try to open your chest, grab through that core. So I'm going to run us through what we're going to be doing and give you guys a few alternates. While I'm doing that, I'm going to have you go ahead and hit up a downward facing dog. Hold here as long as you would like, flexing through your back, your core, stretching through the legs. Then I'm going to have you hinge forward and go all the way through into an up dog. So you're going to grab through those glutes, push the chest forward, squeeze the elbows in, use that core to drive back into that downward facing dog. So just go there a few rounds, and I'm going to talk us through what's coming. So we'll have our 8 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. The 10 seconds, I am going to give options. If you are like super high energy and hyped up for today, you can add in a little bit of work in the 10 seconds. It'll just be a little different. So our first one is going to be a side plank with a hip dip. So you have some options here. You can just hold a side plank. You can drop your top leg over, and then if doing the side plank doesn't work for you, I'm going to have you grab weight, and you're just going to stand tall, core strong, and do a side hinge. So I'm going to have you stay on one side for your 20-second round, then you'll take your 10-second break, and then go to the other side, 20-second round. All right, so next up, after our side planks are going to be, if you guys are done with the down dog plank, I'm going to have you go into a hip hinge, right? So hamstring slide. Grab back and forth so you can kind of stretch into that hip flexor and get into your hamstring. So go about 6 or 7 on one side and then hit up 6 or 7 on the other side. So an oblique V-up is back into our obliques. We're going lots of obliques today. You're going to come down, pull both legs up at the same time as you're trying to bring your upper body up off the floor. If that doesn't work for you, then I'm going to have you come into hopefully a supported side plank here, and you can take your arm and leg in this direction, or again, you'll stand and you're going to do a side pull. So you're just going to lean, pull that knee to elbow on the side, contracting in nice and deep, focusing on your self contractions. Next up will be a supine wiper. So supine means you're lying on your back. You're going to put your arms out wide, rest your head on the ground, and you're going to take your knees side to side. So again, for our obliques, I told you it was going to be an oblique day. And then Interspersed with our supine wipers, we're going to do heel presses. So you can keep your head down for that. After that, we're going to hit some arm sets, but I'll get those going once we're there. Otherwise, I think we're ready to get started. So for this set, if you would like, you can try between your oblique hip dips, right, our side plank hip dips, to hold a front plank. So it'll end up being just a 4-minute plank round, which we have done 6-minute plank rounds. So I think we should be fine to go there. Otherwise, just take a little bit of a stretch between. If you're standing and doing your standing hinge, if you would like in the 10-second break, just hit a couple deadlifts. Real slow, methodical, flex into those glutes, core strong. All right, let's take it up. We're going to start down on the ground, one arm down, open through that chest, ready, set, and go. So we're going to drop and lift. Think about stacking your shoulders, stacking the hips. Sometimes I see a little bit of a rotation, right, as we come up. It's not necessarily it's a bad thing, but try to focus on stacking right up and down so you can really dive into those obliques. Okay, there's our first timer, so see if you can just hold a center plank, or you're welcome to take a break. 3, 2, 1, other side. Open it up, drop, and lift. So think about flexing through your thighs, inner thighs, glutes, and even though we're highlighting that oblique, keep the front of the belly firm, pulling that belly button back. Hold your front plank if you'd like, or take a break. A glute bridge is also great. Trying to keep some flexions though, but if you need to give a break, that's fine. All right, rotate over. We're back to the first side. You work with a pace that's good for you. Sometimes slower and deeper is better than staying small and pulsy. 3, 2, and 1. Come to center. Dig into those elbows. Pull the elbows back toward the toes. 3, 2, and 1. Second time, second side. Take your brain to what you're using. Go for range. Our goal is to never relax the entire body, right? Especially when you're holding these planks, hold center. We've always got something flexed in. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Drop and lift. If you kind of struggle also in a side plank, maybe feeling like it puts too much pressure on your shoulder, make sure that you start a little short. So meaning don't get your feet, okay, go to center or break. Don't get your feet too far away from your elbow. Ready and turn, second side. So you want to make sure that you're giving yourself that height. So you get that hip up high. And as you build the back, as you build the core and the flexion of the legs to help support the body, you should be feeling less pressure on that shoulder. Front plank, hold them strong. It's a good start. 3, 2, and 1. Remember the challenge, the effort is up to you. You have to decide if you can dig in a little deeper. When you focus on what you're working, when you flex into it, it'll get more challenging. Hit center. So we're not trying to look for the easiest way to get there, trying to look for the toughest way. And turn. It's our last 30 seconds. Drop and lift. Open that chest. Keep your range. Front of the belly strong. Hold the front plank. And then we're going to transition on. Stay hovered up forward. Make sure you're not leaning back. Tuck that belly. And time. Nice job. Good start. Okay, next up we're going to do those oblique V-ups. Between our V-ups, if you would like to hit a quick glute bridge, you can. And then remember, you can do a supported pull here, or you can do a standing side crunch at the top. Otherwise, you're going to kind of lay on the fleshy part of your booty, get your arm out, ready, set, and go. So you're trying to high five those feet. Again, we're going for range and flexion. If these have gotten easy for you, you can try adding a little 2-pound, 3-pound, 5-pound weight to your hand, or take your little glute bridge or to between your feet. I've done that a couple times. It definitely adds a little bit of resistance. Okay, other side. Let's take a second, check in with our count. See how many we're getting each set. And we'll make sure that we're keeping it going. Okay, I got 10. I think, as you know, I don't count very well. Keep that glute bridge. Hold strong. Here we go. First side, second time. Watch that arm on the ground. It's there to support you, but try not to use it too much. Get into that oblique. All right, glute bridge. I think I got 12 that time. Slide it up. Flex through those glutes. Here we go, other side. Try to keep that flexion around the core, but then highlight those obliques. All right. I'm keeping that 12 count, and I'm feeling the burn. Here we go. Third round, first side. The tighter your arm is in by your body, then the more difficult it is. That arm on the ground, I mean. So if you need help, take it out far. If you're doing pretty good and need to make it tougher, bring that arm in. Ready, set, go. Focus on that oblique. If I don't watch it, it's easy for me to let the work rove into that transverse muscle, which, while not bad, I want to be here focusing on my oblique. All right, 10-second glute bridge. And if hitting the glute bridge is too crazy, then just take that 10 seconds to get set up for your next round of oblique V-ups. We want to get good form. We want to be able to set in. We don't want to feel choppy and floppy. All right. Whew. Hit that glute bridge. Core's feeling good. Heat it up. Other side. You know you're doing it right if the whole body's starting to get hot too, because that core grab, flexing all those muscles, builds a lot of internal heat. Start sweating. Hold your glute bridge. Up and push. Slide into those glutes. We made it. 2 rounds. All right. Take a quick hug of your knees into the chest. All right. And then we're going to do alternating those supine wipers. And if your legs are straight, it's going to be tougher, right? If you keep your legs straight, it's a lot more difficult than if they're bent. And then your heel press. If either of those doesn't work for you, I'm going to have you hit up a dead bug, right? Make sure that you keep that low back pressed in. All right, here we go, our wipers. You know what, for our middle, if you would like, I'm gonna have you hold a boat. So just a boat here at the top, if that works for you. And, or you can hit another glute bridge. Ready, set, and go. So put your arms out wide, whether you want your legs straight or bent. So you're only going so far as that point of where the work is taken away. Oh, I hit the wall. And then you end up just stretching. Stretching's fine, it's good, but right now we want to grab again through those obliques and then through the front. All right, if you can, hit your little boat, tuck your belly in, flex deep. Then we're going to go into our heel presses. So lie down, heels to heaven, press those feet straight up. You may not move very much. That's the point. We don't want to really rock and roll. Open the chest. So you want to find the muscles super close to the pubic bone. All right, hit your boat. Squeeze your knees toward one another. Tuck that low belly in. You're kind of creating a little curve in the upper back. Then we're going back to our supine wipers. Lie it down. Keep those legs straight if you can. I ran out of space on the other side. So watch your knees. Your knees must stay connected. Just like when we're in a plank and you flex all around that core, that's what I want you going for. Grab your boat, come up, hug it in. Again, you're creating that self-flexion. You have to connect and contract. Okay, heel presses. Open across that chest. Flex those toes down toward your belly. Push through those heels. All right, hit your boat. Woo. Belly's fired up. Flex it in, flex it in. All right, bring it down. We have our wipers, side to side. You can really connect with grabbing that oblique through the center, then the other side oblique. So as the legs are on the left, you grab with that right side. You feel the work. Grab across the center. Okay, hit your boat. If you're hitting all the middle stuff, those 10 seconds on, we have got lots of core and abs going today. Heel presses. 4 full minutes of core flexion. That's pretty good. Super good. Keep it going. Press through those heels. You need to take a break if you're not able to keep that self-flexion. Come to your boat. So the moment that your core is going to want to relax and it's tough to keep that contraction and hold on your own, that's when you need a break instead of still hold. Okay, last round, hit your wipers. Knees pressed together. Pull those toes back. Grab through this core, side to side, obliques, front. Watch those knees, keep them together. Boat pose, your boat hold. Oh, I almost didn't get up. Good job, good job. Come on, hold into it. Heel presses. Last 30 seconds here. Press through those heels. We're going to have one more boat pose. And go. Up and hold, tuck it in deep. Can you bury that belly button back towards your spinal column anymore? You should be shaking. And we made it. Good work. All right, let's flip it over. We're going to give ourselves a quick cobra stretch, and then we're going to come up for our weighted sets. Slide those elbows into the ground. Flex your glutes. Push into the elbows. Elbows pulled back toward your toes. You should just feel the front of the abs lengthen. Feels good. Okay, push into those hands. Slide back. Quick child's pose. And then we're going to go into our locomotive. All right, so locomotive, we're going to do all 8 sets, the same thing. Okay, so you're going to come into a low hunkered kind of split stance. Chest is lifted, slide deep over that leg, and you're going to pull one elbow, then the other. Small little twist. And the thing I love about locomotives is I feel like it's super core centric still as well. So if you pull that low belly in, you'll feel that contraction across the core getting into that back. So take your 10-second break, depending on where you're at. Or if you'd like, you could take, we probably get about 2 nice, slow deadlifts between. Just something to kind of stretch us out and keep things going. All right, here we go. Ready, set, and go. Set 1. Flex into those legs. Remember, we're trying to not only just use what the move is getting, which here is our back, our rhomboids, lats, and serratus muscles, but also everything else, those thighs, the core. Okay, stand tall, take your break, or if you'd like, couple slow deadlifts. Get ready, put your other leg forward, and here we go. Locomotive. Sink your belly button tight toward the spine, pull those elbows, flex deep into that back. Core engages, back is flexed. Come tall if you want. Hit those deadlifts. Get that full hip flexor opening at the top. Okay, set 3. Here we go. Scan the body. Make sure your neck is neutral. Belly strong. Get the back to rotate to pull those elbows. There's a little momentum going. And time. Slow deadlifts if you'd like. Inhale down. Exhale up. All right, back to your locomotive. Sink it down. Tuck it in. So important to build these back muscles. Everything we do throughout the day is hunkered forward, hunched, and time. Even if you exercise a lot of what we do is pushing forward. If you cycle, swim, here we go. Back to the top, hitting that locomotive. So I've really found building my back muscles has helped my neck release a lot. But you have to start slow. Remind the back that it's there. Stand tall. Here we go. Deadlift if you want it. That deadlift also, it's pulling the shoulder blades together, pushing chest forward. Back to your locomotive. Hopefully you're switching your lead leg. You want to get that back almost parallel to the ground. Where's the core? Grab deeper. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Doing awesome. All the way forward. All the way up. All right, here we go. Back to our locomotive. Final 2 sets. Connect your mind to what you want to work. Where should you grab deeper as we're fatiguing? Time. Keep that tall chest. Hinge those hips back. Open the chest. Okay, last time. Locomotive. Push that chest forward off the ribs. Pull those elbows. Keep chugging. Time. Last deadlift. Hinge it forward. Punch to the top. And time. Nice work. All right. I'm going to have us go back down into that little cobra stretch. And then we have our final set. We're going to go back and forth, curls and triceps. So biceps and triceps. Push into those elbows. Should feel nice stretch in the back. Push back to that child's pose. Both hands to the left. Ooh, that feels good. Both hands to the right. All right. I'm going to stick with my 12s, at least I hope. And we're going to go curls to start. And then you have two options. You can either go overhead, tricep extensions for your triceps, or you can hit kickbacks here, or you can also hit a straight arm back tap, right? So it'll get into your back, but you'll still get those triceps. Then between, let's just do nice low squat, kind of hold, get that stretch, and then punch up, ready for our next move. And remember, those 10-second interims, those are totally optional. And if you want to spike it, do jump squats or burpees or something. Be my guest. All right, here we go. Curls to start. Ready, set, and go. And your curls, you have options as well. So the toughest, at least for me, is to keep my underhand grip, both arms same time, all the way up, all the way down. A twist is optional. Okay, so sink into those hips, drop the hips back and down, flex into it so you're still holding support, push your chest forward, stand tall, and then we're going to go triceps. I'm going to try putting both together, squeeze elbows toward one another, neck stays relaxed. When those hands go up overhead, you have an opportunity to check in with that core. All right, come back to that squat. I always kind of think about, would I be ready to be sucker punched? Which really no, but flexing in. Okay, curls. So another option is to twist, right? So if your hands are kind of pointed forward, you can twist up as you come up. With my various elbow issues that I've had along the way, these seem to help sometimes. And then you can also do a straight hammer. All right, hold your squat. Come low and wide. Keep that upper back flat, right? So we're not rounding over. Okay, triceps. Elbows squeeze in. The heavier I go, the more I have to focus on making sure that my body doesn't move back and forth as the weights go up and down. Squeeze those elbows in. Okay, our squat. Down and hold, flex deep, drive through those heels. We're back to curls. Third set of 4. Check in with your stance. Knees are soft, hips over heels, chest is tall, shoulders back and down. 3, 2, and 1. All right, hit your squat if you want it. Feels good. This is a good squat. All right, triceps. Here we go. Whether you're going kickbacks, overheads, or those back taps. Neck stays out of it. Make sure you feel your triceps. So squeeze those elbows in deep. Get your full range time. Sit into that squat. Sit back on those heels. Make sure you're still holding support, so don't sit too low. Still have those legs on. Back to our curls. You take it your pace. If you want to fly through it, that's fine. Keep control of your chest, your upper body. Make sure it's not falling forward as the weights drop. All right, squat. Down and hold. Push those knees out with toes. Grab that core. Drive through heels. Last time, triceps. Wrap around that core. Looking good. Keep your neck out of it. Okay, last squat. Set it down. Find that isometric grab, flex into those legs, and drive. All right. Well done, well done. Nice work, everybody. Let's take a quick stretch. Bring everything down. Bring your right leg through. Hinge forward. Get that stretch to that back hip flexor. Plant into your left hand. Let's go ahead and take a little twist. So take your right hand and see if you can kind of clip it behind your left hip and then open that chest. Rotate back around. Hamstring. Pull that hip back. Nice work. All right, bring your hands back forward. You're going to lift off of that back knee, plant into the hands so that you can push the leg back. Go into your down dog, slide those shoulder blades down, and then bring your left leg forward. Plant that back knee, and then try for that twist. You're going to lift up out of that right hand, twisting to the left, then take your left hand behind your right hip, and then using that pressure of the hand on that kind of low back hip, you can open that left shoulder out. Slide back around. Toe comes up. Drop that chest in. That hamstring, make sure you're pulling that front leg back. Back hip forward. Okay, rotate that left foot onto the inner arch. Just push up into a wide forward fold. Maybe you can get your forearms on the ground, kind of letting some pressure fall forward into them while relaxing still in the shoulders. All right, plant onto your hands, bring those feet in. So they're close together, grab your hands behind your back, open over the chest or over the back, and then come up. Well done, nice job. Good little round.